Convening the hearing for the House Committee on Culture, Arts, and International Affairs. Today is February 8th, 2023 at 8:30 a.m. in conference room 309. Members, we're going to get started right now. First up on the agenda is House Bill 105 relating to license plates. It requires license plates to include Okinas. First up to testify, we have Honolulu Police Department on Zoom. Okay, in opposition. Next up, we have City County Honolulu Department of Customer Services in support.
Good morning, Chair and committee members. My name is Derek Meisher. I'm the Deputy Director for the City's Department of Customer Services. We are in support of this bill. I'm happy to answer any questions and stand on our written testimony.
Thank you. Next up, that is all the in-person testimony and testifiers that we have. We have supportive testimony for the Office of Hawaiian Affairs and one individual. Is there anyone else wishing to testify on the measure before us? Members, any question? Rep. Matayoshi.
I've got a question for the city and county. So I'm assuming that the Okina will not make it a distinct license plate. You can't have AAA and Okina A as two separate license plates, is that correct?
That's correct. And actually, this bill is intended to only address the word Hawaii that's on the top portion of the license plate. So all license plate by law has to have the word Hawaii at the top. It's not part of the license plate number, but it just identifies the jurisdiction.
Okay, so
currently as
license plate.
Right.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Members, any other questions? Chair does have a question for you. HPD in their testimony says that, the use of the Okina and the different size letterings on the license plate could affect readability. If we change this, will it change the font at all to make it less readable for our police officers?
I'm not sure if the police department's testimony was in respect to HB 105 or HB 110, but with respect to the bill regarding just the Okina, it was intended that it's just for the word Hawaii that's on the top portion of the plate, so that should not affect the license plate number itself. The next bill does, though, HB 110.
Okay, thank you. Oh, that's okay. Yeah, they submitted testimony for both saying the same thing. Okay, next up, if any other questions, members? Next up, we have HB 110 relating to license plates. Authorize the use of diacritical marks for Hawaiian words on special number plates. First up, we have Honolulu Police. Are they back on Zoom now? Okay, next up, we have Department of Customer Services in support.
Good morning, Chair. Derek Meisher, Deputy Director for the Department of Customer Services. Good morning, Chair and committee members. We do support this bill. Happy to answer any questions.
Thank you. Is there anyone else in the audience wishing to testify on the measure before us? Members, please note that we have opposition testimony from Honolulu Police. Members, any questions? Rep. Matayoshi.
Yeah, sorry, same question. That first question was supposed to be for this one. Will they be distinct at all, or?
So, this bill deals just with specialty license plate, in essence, the vanity plates.
Okay.
So if a Hawaiian word is selected by a registered owner and he or she intends to use the Hawaiian word or name as the identifying license plate number, this bill would allow the diacritical markings to be placed in the word. It would be considered a graphic, so it's actually not part of the license plate number itself. So for instance, if the word Hawaii was selected to be used as the license plate number, and it did have the Okina, it would be inputted and read without the Okina. So it would just be how you would normally spell Hawaii. But it's just considered, for lack of a better word, extra marking that's on the license plate number, but it's not actually part of the license plate
Okay,
number.
thank you.
I also have a question.
Yes.
Before remembers any other questions? Okay. Let's say an individual were to move to the mainland and bring their Hawaii license plate with them. Do you foresee any problems?
I know that's one of HPD's concerns, so if this bill does pass, it is our intention to get the word out to other jurisdictions of the marking. But because it's only, I presume the most perhaps confusing for other jurisdictions may be the kahako, which is over certain vowels, depending on the word or name. The vowel itself is still distinguishable, but just the bar, the kahako that's over it, might be somewhat confusing, but we do intend to let other jurisdictions know, and they can pass it along to their police departments and other members of the government that need to know that information.
Okay. Do you foresee any readability problems from our HPD?
So I know HPD has expressed a concern. We are working with them. We're talking with our vendor to see if they can actually come up with some sample plates. So HPD has an actual license plate in hand, so they can look at and make their own determination if they have further issues.
Okay, that's all the questions I have. Members, any other questions? Seeing none, we're going to move on to our next bill then. House Bill 499 relating to special number plates. It authorizes the issuance of special number plates to commemorate Duka Hanamoku. First up, we have the Outrigger Duka Hanamoku Foundation in support.
Good morning. I'm Sarah Fairchild. I'm the executive director with Outrigger Duka Hanamoku Foundation. Thank you for allowing me to testify. This bill was brought to us by others as an idea to celebrate Duka Hanamoku as the ambassador of aloha and one of our most famous Native Hawaiian athletes in our history. And then an idea developed, well, why can't we raise funds to help water safety? And that led me to do further research about water safety needs. Personally, I'm a single mom. I have 3 kids, work for a nonprofit, and I realized my kids needed more swim lessons. Maybe they could get on a swim team like some of the scholars that we give scholarships to. And I found it really expensive, really hard to find them. I live in Wailua on the North Shore. We don't have any public swim lessons on the entire North Shore. I had to go to the Mililani YMCA, and even then, the sign-up is so competitive that you have about 15 minutes to get into your swim class before they fill up. And I'm someone with an education, I have the desire, I have transportation. I'm exposed to water safety all the time through my job, and I'm a beach person, I would say, and my kids have grown up going to the beach, and this is still a difficulty for me. So it made me realize there are people on every island that are just not getting access to swim lessons and to water safety in general. And then that also has led me to discover through talking to the Department of Health that Hawaii actually has the second highest rate of drowning in the nation for residents. That's not even including our visitors. And obviously we have a lot of visitor drownings. So there's definitely a need locally for local people to get swim education, aquatic safety information, and there's a need for our visitors to get repetitive and continual water safety information. So with this bill, I'm hoping that it could be an easy way for us to raise money for existing groups. Some of them ones I thought of today were Hawaii Aquatic School, Nakama Kai, Kauai Lifeguard Association, Free Dive Safe on the Big Island, Surf Rider Spirit Sessions, Ikaika. This also could raise money for junior lifeguarding classes and for lifeguarding classes in general. Again, for my personal experience, living in Wailua, we have a rec center pool. It was closed for, I think, 4 or 5 years. It just reopened last year, and they can't get enough lifeguards to staff it, never mind. And that's just for free swim, not to have swim lessons. So if we could teach more kids to be lifeguards, maybe we could have more lifeguard staffing in our pools. So I hope you'll consider passing this bill on to the next committee. Thank you.
Thank you. Members, that is all the individuals that have signed up to testify. Is there anyone else in the audience wishing to testify on the measure before us? Anyone over Zoom? Okay, we also have testimony and support from Ocean Safety Division of the City County of Honolulu, the Hawaii Aquatics Foundation, and one individual, all in support, no opposition. Members, any questions? Seeing none, Chair has no questions, so right now we will DM for decision making. Convening the 8:30 hearing on the House Committee on Culture, Arts, and International Affairs. Still, it's February 8th, 2023. It's in room 309. Okay, so members, we're going to pass, first up, HB 105, relating to license plate, requires license plates to include okinas and authorized use of uppercase and lowercase letters written all initial capital letters in license plates. Members, we're going to pass this out as an HD1. We're going to defect the date to June 30th, 3000. We're also going to note in the committee report HBD's concern of readability. However, we're going to note that it doesn't affect the actual part of the license plate that they should be reading in it. So that will be in the committee report. Members, any questions or discussion? See none, Vice Chair for the vote.
Okay, voting on House Bill 105, Chair and Vice Chair vote aye. Pass with amendment. Representative Garrett,
Aye.
Representative Capella,
Aye.
Representative Matayoshi,
Aye.
Representative Sayama,
Aye.
Representative Alcos.
Aye.
Chair, your measure is adopted.
Thank you. Next up, we have House Bill 110, authorize the use, relating to license plates, authorize the use of critical marks for Hawaiian words on special number plates. Members, we're going to pass this out in HD1. We're going to defect the date to June 30th, 3000. We're going to note in the committee report HPD's concern, and that HPD is currently working with the Department of Customer Services to ensure that they resolve any concerns that they have or issues. Members, discussion? Rep. Matayoshi.
Yeah, I'll be voting with reservations, although I am tempted to almost vote no on this. I am concerned that it's going to be very difficult to spread the word to every single county and state, or maybe not state, but every county in the nation, that we're using basically a different system of identification on our license plates. I think it's going to confuse other jurisdictions, especially smaller counties, if you're driving through them. And I just don't want to give police officers in other counties any other reason to pull people over because our license plates look funny to them. Just seems like we're asking for trouble here. Thank you, Chair.
Noted. We'll also put that into the committee report too, the concerns of Rep. Masayoshi, because it is a concern of the chairs as well. So, any other discussion? Okay, members for the vote.
Voting on House Bill 1110, Chair recommends to pass with amendment. Chair and Vice Chair voting aye. Any members voting nay? Any members voting with reservation aside from Rep. Matayoshi? Seeing none, Chair, your measure is adopted.
Moving on to House Bill 499, relating to special number plates, authorize the issuance of special plates to commemorate Duke Kahanamoku. We're just going to pass this out as an HT1, defecting the date to June 30th, 3000 for further discussion. Members, any discussion? Questions? Seeing none, Vice Chair for the vote.
Voting on House Bill 499, Chair recommends to pass with amendment. Chair and Vice Chair vote aye. Any members voting nay? Seeing none. Any members voting with reservation? Seeing none. Chair, your measure is adopted.
Hearing is adjourned.